Yo, what's going on, you guys? Your boy Pony Montana, and in this video we're going to be going over the sub personnel package audibles that EA decided to implement in this year's game. In my opinion, it's one of the best things that EA has put into the game to make it very, very creative and more fun for offenses to actually be ran in Madden. You're not going to be seeing the same offenses constantly because of these packages and because of the way that you can audible down. Now, before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below on anything that you guys would like to see. No matter how big or small it is, I will try my best to get it onto the channel for you guys, especially if it could get me some views. And also, before I get into the video, if you guys are new, make sure you guys are clicking that Twitch link down in the description if you guys want to catch anything live on the channel, whether it be coverages, man blitzes, zone defenses, zone blitzes, offenses, anything that you guys would like to see. If you guys want to see it live, make sure you guys are hitting that link down in the description to follow the Twitch. Now, for the video. When you guys are coming out in a 3 wide receiver set, and I'm talking about most things in gun bunch, wide trips, doubles, flex, like those formations that are very, very pass heavy. Once you come into those offenses, and I'm currently in the West Coast playbook, the only thing that you can audible into are other formations with 3 wide receiver sets. EA has changed that this year, making one simple substitution. You can now audible down into formations like the near close flex, the far slot, all these meta formations that were a thing last year. Even in some formations, you can audible from like a gun bunch to an I form close, which is one of the best running formations in the game even today. And that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you guys today. And all you have to do is take one of the wide receivers out and put either a tight end or a halfback in. Now, if you're putting in a tight end, it's gonna allow you to be in formations such as the deuce close formation, which is something that's very, very popular this year. Gun ace slot offset, which is another very popular formation. If you put a halfback in, this is where you're gonna be able to audible down to those super run heavy pass formations. Currently, one of the metas is coming out in jumbo and then audibling up to a gun bunch formation, simply because obviously if you're in jumbo, you're going to get a weak box because that's technically a goal line formation. And then you're going to audible up to a gun bunch, which is going to make it almost impossible to stop. But for this video, I'm just going to show you guys the gun bunch going down to a near close flex. So all we did was put a running back in our slot. Now, what that's going to do is when you call this play, it's going to make it so it shows 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 tight end. And because you're able to do that, you're able to go and audible down to any formation that has 2 running backs in it, a running back, a fullback, and you're good to go. So right now we're going from gun bunch, which is a pass heavy formation, into I form pro, which is a run heavy formation that a lot of people are not going to be able to stop because it's just one of those things where, like, a lot of people, once you start coming out in gun bunch, a lot of people, they see that and they automatically think to themselves, oh, I'm going to be able to blitz this guy. I'm going to be able to run a meta blitz. I'm going to be able to come out in nickel 3-3-5 or dollar or big dime or any of those formations that leave a lot of gaps in the running game. So once you come out in something like I form pro, now mind you, you can only do this if you have the same personnel with the audible in. So you can't come out in I form pro, I'm just going to call it random defense, and then audible to gun bunch. As you can see, gun bunch is just not going to show up. But you can audible from gun bunch to the I form pro simply because you're making that offensive personnel change. So you're taking that guy right here and you're putting a halfback in. And if you put a tight end in, I don't know if this playbook has it, but if you're putting a tight end in, you can come down and audible into single back ace or the single back east, wing slot, bunch ace. You can audible into those formations, and I'm going to show you guys that right now. Let's come out in gun bunch again. And because we have 2 tight ends, now obviously we are going to have to wait for more. We're going to have to wait for faster tight ends to come out inside the game for us to actually audible into this and actually make this a very, very viable formation with 2 tight ends. The reason why the halfback thing is so special right now simply because you can get a halfback to 90+ speed. There's a lot of halfbacks that are in the game, whether they're backups or not, that are able to get, they're just a lot faster than any tight end is. But since we put a tight end in, Now we can go from that to single back ace to single back east, wing slot, bunch ace, and those are the only formations in this playbook that have 2 tight ends in. So this will be considered 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and 1 running back. So before it was 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 2 wide receivers, which allowed us to audible into the I-form pro, I-form close, near close flex. And the reason I chose this playbook, this is the West Coast playbook, is because these 2 formations were literally 2 of the meta formations last year. So I figured if we can audible into those this year, it would be something that's extremely difficult to stop, especially if you're coming out in that near close flex. You're making your audibles. Let's put another halfback in right now and just kind of go over a few plays. So near close flex, I did put an ebook out on this last year, and these were my audibles right here. Special, we got the post drag, and then on defense we're just gonna call a random play. So on defense we're gonna call a random play. On offense we're just gonna come out and let's come out and mesh post. It's a very popular play right here, and as you can see right now, there's a lot of space in the middle for you guys to run the ball. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and come out in near close flex. We're gonna come out in the fullback dive, and we're gonna be able to get yardage on this simply because they don't have the personnel to match. As you can see, we're there for a nice gain of about 10 yards, and that's something that a lot of people are struggling with, is stopping formations like this. Again, they are in a nickel formation, so we're gonna be able to. Is that even a nickel? I don't even know, but still, we're gonna be able to audible down to that near close again. Run the dive again, and we can just literally just keep spamming this because there's no way for them to stop it out of those pass heavy sets, out of those pass heavy defensive sets. Again, this is something that we can pass out of, so we're gonna be able to do this, and that's a nice little dot to Sanders. Now I know I'm playing against the computer, and we do have to factor in that people's users are gonna come into effect. But again, they come out. This is pretty much what I'm talking about when they come out in something like this. You guys come out in strong close, which is another meta offensive formation that was in the game last year. You come out in that, come out and dive, and there's no way that they're gonna be able to stop you. Now, that's Bobby Wagner, so we still end up getting yards, but Bobby Wagner just laid a hit stick, which is fine. Again, another formation. This is another big dime formation. So we can come out, choose which one you want to run it down their throats in. Let's come out in strong slot. A nice little halfback dive. Oh, it's not showing the play, but we're literally just diving the ball, and Kamara with a gain of 15 yards. This is something that everybody should be trying to implement into their schemes. If you guys would like me to go over a nice little scheme with this, like I'm talking audibles, I'm talking reads, runs, and all that stuff, this is just a basic version of this where I can just go over how to do it, and all you have to do is substitute a specific type of personnel so that you can audible into those other formations. Also, before I leave, if you guys do audible into something like a weak close or anything like that, and you guys want to go back to that bunch, to make it easy so you don't have to do all that, all you have to do is press square or X to go to your audibles, and then L2 or left trigger. It'll bring you right back to the first play that you came out in. Hopefully this video helps you guys create some very unique offenses and something that's actually very fun for you guys to run, and hopefully this helps you get better. My name is Pony Montana. As always, 2 fingers, deuces. If you guys like the video, like it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, 2 fingers, deuces. Peace out, you guys.